Men really do have a tough time in the dating scene. Um, for a start, women never approach guys. Well, it's extremely rare. It's a tradition. Women just will not approach guys. So that leaves the guy having to do all the approaching. Now, I've heard a lot of women say that guys just don't approach women anymore. Now, I think that's bullshit. Everything women say about men is bullshit, and that's one of them. Because I personally do approach women, and I'm very unsuccessful with it. And there's three ways of really getting a girl, really. And the first way is the best way, probably, is to be introduced by a friend of a friend through a social network. I don't really have a social network. So the only other two options, really, is dating sites and in the real world. The problem with dating sites is you've got to send 100 messages just to average one back. When you do get a message, it's usually a blunt reply. She's not interested. She just doesn't want to be rude. And you try and get the conversation going. And it's just one-way conversation, one-word answers. And then the women on the dating sites, they'll say why. Some of the women have been single years, decades even, and they've been on dating sites that long. Well, sorry, they claim they've been single. I don't know whether they've been dating that time or not. But they will always blame men. They'll say, well, all men are married and cheating, and they all send dick pics and stuff like that. And you think, oh, well, that's not me. None of that's me. Yet you've not even spoke to me to find out what I'm about. And yet you're accusing all men of being like this, and this is why you're still single. And then in the real world, trying to get a woman to speak to you, you don't even know, which is basically what the situation I'm basically in. So the way I do it is I try to glance at a woman. Now, if you look at a woman too long, she'll accuse you of being a pervert, and she'll say, "You're looking at, you pervert." So I kind of glance, and if she glances back, I give her a quick eye. If it's possible, I try and get a conversation going and build up to things I like, things she likes, and whatever. You try and get something that's mutual, like you might like bowling or going to the sea or walking on the beach or something, or I don't know, whatever, going on holidays, whatever. You try and find something that's mutual, and you try and talk to make it sound like you're interested in her life. And most women will continue to talk to you because they're afraid not to. Even if they don't like you, they're afraid to cut the conversation short. So a guy's got to be a mind reader to know whether she's interested or not. And then you're not going to see this girl again. So you know that. You're probably never going to see her again. So you just introduce yourself. "Hi, I'm Jamie." Every time, 100% of the time, the woman will also introduce herself. It's just the way it is. Tradition, I guess. And whether she gives her right name or not, she gives her name. And, and then you say, "Well, would you like my phone number?" This is my way of saying I'm not imposing myself on you. Would you like my phone number? Yes or no? If I ask her her phone number, it puts her in puts her in a situation where she feels she's not safe. So it gives her the opportunity to have my phone number. They will ring you or text you, make sure you've got it, and then I will walk away to give her breathing space, because I don't want to be in her face all the time. It's like I've got a name, I've got a phone number. Oh, I better be going now. I'll see you later. Just to give her breathing space, so I'm not in no way harassing her or keeping her or holding her. And give it about half an hour, and you give her a nice text and say, "Oh, hi, whatever your name is, Charlotte, Danielle, Claire, whatever." And it was nice meeting you. Hope to see you soon. She will reply within a minute, even maybe a minute or two. The first text was always replied to straight away. The second text, sometimes it's replied straight away, sometimes it takes like half an hour. And then the third text may not come till the next day. And you may go like 3 or 4 days without a text. You've sent a couple of texts. You don't send too many because you don't want to be accused of harassment. This is how guys have got to feel these days. We've got to feel like we're always subconscious that we are harassing women, because that's the way society is making us feel. So you try and make it in a way that you know you're giving her breathing space. Now, when you get a text that's 2 or 3 days late, and it'll be something like, "I'm sorry, I've not replied, I've not been on my phone, I've been busy," and all women are on the phone. That's a lie. They're on the phone all the time. And there's no woman who has an excuse not to text you within 3 days. She doesn't want to speak to you. It's as simple as that. But you don't want to say, you don't want to judge or anything, so you say another text, and hi, it'd be nice to meet you. Try and drop it, drop a hint. It'd be nice to go to the park or go to the theatre or whatever. No reply. And women are saying guys don't approach them. And they're saying when guys do, they send them dick pics and all this stuff, and you've not done any of that. And yet they still don't want you. They don't want to tell you that. They just want to make you they want you to get a hint. They want you to be a mind reader. And if you carry on texting them, it's harassment. They'll just say, I'm going to phone the police or whatever. So it's very difficult for guys. There's been times when I've spoken to women before and they seemed like they was interested, they wanted to talk, but they're in a busy place, like a club or something. And the woman you've given space, she's walked away, and you said, okay, I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. And then some guy comes over to you, starts with the big muscles and stuff. You've been harassing this girl. I'm like, I was talking to her. And she's actually gone to another guy. She either knew or doesn't know, I don't know. And she's basically accused me of harassing her. There's been times when I've looked at a woman before and I've been called a pervert. There's been times when I've spoken to a woman, just having a little conversation. She's gone to someone and told them I was harassing her. This has happened in the gym before. And it puts guys on edge. It gives us a bit of a paranoia, because if you're talking to a woman, you're wondering, what's she thinking? She's being polite to you, she's talking in a polite way. So you think, well, she's interested. But obviously not. But they can't tell you that. They've got to make you get the hint and then go and tell someone else to leave you alone, to leave them alone. It's just attention-seeking bullshit. So when women say that all guys are perverts, all guys are liars, all guys are cheats, all guys are sending dick pics, no guys are approaching them, and guys don't have social skills and all this stuff, that's bullshit. Women are just attention seekers. I don't know why they do it. I think it's just the way society is brainwashing women to believe that men are the enemy. And it's probably why misogyny is growing, because there's a lot of men out there who aren't successful women, and it's not their fault. It's not something they're doing wrong. It's just because the women are so demandingly fussy. I mean, I've known women who are obese, who are unemployed. They've got 3 kids by 7 unknown fathers, and they've got nothing going for them at all, no social skills, and they're looking for a hunk. Looking for a guy on steroids who looks like a supermodel or something, and a guy with super great personality and drives a nice car and has a great job, and they may get these guys. I don't know whether they get them or not, but they do. Men are all players and men are all liars, so I can probably assume these women are probably getting guys who are just using them, getting top of the range guys, and they're just getting used. And then they're blaming the normal guys like me and tarnishing me with something that I'm not responsible. I'm not dating these women. These women aren't dating me. So if they are dating guys who are doing this stuff, it's not me. Yeah, I'm the one who's getting blamed for it. So guys really do have a tough time. And we can't really talk about it, because if we talk about it, we get told to shut up and stop moaning. Stop whining. Stop whining that women don't like you. It's your fault. If women don't like you, you've got to look at yourself. Why don't women like you? You've got to improve yourself. There's something wrong with you that they don't like. You should look at yourself and all that stuff. Bullshit. The world is basically blaming men for everything.